Welcome everyone to Hattiesburg, Mississippi, the home of this week's Week 9 matchup in the NCAA, featuring our own UTSA Roadrunners and the University of Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles. These two teams come in both with very impressive records. UTSA coming off of a disappointing loss at the hands of UCF, and Southern Miss comes into this game 6-1. And here are the Golden Eagles coming out of the tunnel, ready to go as the Roadrunners are playing today for the first time away from home in quite some time, and they'll have to brave the elements and the cold if they're going to get a win today. We'll get into the action shortly. First quarter action begins with the ball in the possession of Southern Miss's offense. Quarterback Cole Weeks lines up under center, sends his tight end in motion, and takes the snap for the first play of the game. Over the middle, he's got the senior wide receiver, Chris Briggs, for a first down. And Southern Miss wastes no time getting into UTSA territory. 2nd and 10. Weeks to throw again. He's got an open Briggs for another first down to the UTSA 36-yard line. Briggs comes into this game the leading receiver for the Golden Eagles with 4 touchdowns. Michael Burnett is the leading rusher. And on defense, watch out for Kyle Nichols. He's been impressive so far with 5 interceptions in only 7 games. Weeks fakes the handoff and keeps it himself across the 20, a big first down, and finally tracked down by Darian Starling inside the 10-yard line. Goal to go now for the Eagles as Weeks shakes off one tackler, but the blitz gets to him and it's a sack. Let's go to 2nd down and goal. Weeks to throw again. Good protection. Going to the middle of the field. It's caught by Briggs. He breaks a tackle and crosses the goal line. Touchdown. Golden Eagles 7-0 here in this one early as UTSA gets their first offensive snaps of the ball game. Glasgow takes the opening carry for 4 yards, and 3rd and 6. Newton checks into the game, dumps it off to Anthony Banks, close to the first down marker, and they'll give him the first down. UTSA debuted this 2-quarterback offense last week when Newton came back from injury, and they're going to stick with it for the time being at least as Glasgow gets another first down. But 3rd and 2, Simmons fakes the handoff to Glasgow, wants to roll to his right, good coverage downfield, but he's patient enough to wait for David Morgan to get some separation, and he gets the first down. The chains move and Simmons drops back to throw on 1st and 10. He'll throw it to the right side, and it's hauled in by Cam Jones for a solid 9-yard gain on the curl route ahead of the first down marker. Evan Newton back into the game for the shotgun offense as Newton throws to the right side, and he overthrows the tight end, David Morgan. He had a first down, and it'll force a 3rd and 1. I form, Simmons in the game, hands off, Glasgow, they'll give it to him, just barely crosses the first down marker, and this keeps the drive moving for the UTSA offense. Good drive so far. Simmons, play action, going for it all, it's intercepted. What a play on the ball. That one was intended for Cam Jones, and there was great closing speed by the safety, Tyler Ellis, the freshman, and he just comes over and steals it from Cam. A disappointing end to the drive for UTSA, and Southern Miss begins on offense again, and almost a safety, as look at this, it's a 1-5-5 formation. Richard Burge just manhandles the center, and that was extremely close to being a safety. Handoff on 2nd and 15, and Michael Burnett has room to run, and he will pick up the first down. UTSA's edge defense just not fast enough to corral the running back. And now Weeks wants to go long, and it's a diving catch. It's hauled in by Justin Sims, and quickly Southern Miss is back in UTSA territory. Michael Burnett takes the handoff again, goes to the left side where he got his first big gain, and he gets another one this time. 2nd and 11, Weeks. Burnett up the middle, more running room, great blocking in the second level, getting to the linebackers, and it's a first down and goal coming up for Southern Miss. Cole Weeks takes the snap, fires to the end zone. It's intercepted. The UTSA takes it right back. Nick Johnston, the senior, on the robbery. Here's another look at the play, and I don't know what Weeks thought he could do here. There was double coverage, one in the back and one in the front, but UTSA does not have the greatest field position as they have 3rd and 10 now from the 3-yard line. Newton over the middle, and he almost commits an interception. That one was luckily dropped, but Southern Miss gets it back after a punt. As we near the end of the first quarter, Burnett gets loose again, and UTSA has got to figure out how to slow down this Southern Miss rushing attack. It's getting way too big of chunks right now. 2nd and 1, Weeks head on the pass, and he gets off to Thompson off the play action, and it's a first down to the 15-yard line. We'll go ahead to 3rd and 2 out of the pistol. Weeks hand off to Burnett, and Wade misses the tackle, came down too hard, and it's a touchdown. Michael Burnett puts the Golden Eagles up 14-0. UTSA blanked so far in this one, as on 2nd and 10, John Simmons gets it off to Tim Whitaker, Whitaker for the first down. No Kenny Harrison today for the UTSA offense, out with a pectoral injury. And now Simmons over the middle. Cam Jones has it, a spin move. And Jones, he will go to the 10-5 touchdown. UTSA on the board. 72 yards, that's how it's done. Cam Jones over the middle, just no one even near him. And then a deadly spin move, and then you get the speed. It's all of the great attributes of our senior receiver combined into one play, and it cuts the Southern Miss lead in half. 7-14, 5:39 to go in the second quarter. This pass by Cole Weeks, a beautiful lob to the sideline where only his man can make the catch, and it's a first down. Man in motion, it's Redding, and he'll take the handoff in the jet sweep, and he is hit in the backfield by two defenders, including Sean Hunter, who's gotten more playing time as the season has gone on. He loses 4 yards. 3rd and 14, Weeks downfield for Thompson, and he almost made a great catch on the sideline, but couldn't hold on, and UTSA's defense, they hold and they have the ball. Close to midfield, 2nd and 5. Newton off the read option will throw it back to Banks, and he'll get 4 yards, make it 3rd down and 1. I formation, handoff to David Glasgow up the middle. It was a long yard. They will give it to him again. The 3rd time UTSA has just barely moved the chains on 3rd and 1. 3rd and 8 now. Newton to throw again. Over the middle, it's caught by Jones, but not the Jones you're accustomed to seeing. This is the freshman Randy Jones, who is playing more obviously, with Whitaker being bumped up on the depth chart and Kenny Harrison being hurt. We'll see more of him in 4 receiver sets. Glasgow moves the chains, and now 2nd and 10 coming up. Simmons, handoff. Glasgow, nowhere to run. Lost it 2. And now UTSA is just under 1 minute to go in the half. No timeouts. 3rd down and 12. Out of the shotgun. Twin tight ends for Evan Newton. Takes the snap. Back into the 25-yard line. Steps up and fumbles. And it's recovered by an offensive lineman. Luckily, UTSA holds on and they can kick this field goal as Ncaa makes it 10-14 as we approach halftime. And a 13-play drive only accounts for 40 yards. That is a definition of dink and dunk. We'll go to the halftime now. 10-14, UTSA pulls themselves to within 4 with a Ncaa field goal. And today's broadcast was brought to you by the Oakland Raiders Connected Careers Mode Series. Check out Week 2 if you have not, and we'll get to the second half shortly. Welcome back, everyone. Southern Miss with the football after UTSA goes 3 and out. 5:50 to go, and handoff goes to Michael Burnett up the middle again. More running room, and it takes 2 defenders to finally get him to the ground, and it's a first down again. UTSA still struggling against the run, and now they send a blitz at Weeks, but it's picked up, and he has a wide open Chris Briggs on the outside of first down ahead of the 20-yard line, and a new set of downs again out of the gun. Weeks takes the snap, handoff to Michael Burnett up the middle. More big chunks, 7 on this one, actually one of his shorter carries if you've been following him throughout the game. 1st and 10 now. Weeks wants to do an option, and why do you bother switching up the offense? That wrinkle was a little unnecessary if you ask me. 3rd and 15 now. 3-man front for UTSA as Weeks takes the snap. Fires short to the left side. It's caught by Redding, but UTSA will take that. It's only going to result in a field goal. 17-10 now. UTSA at the football. Anthony Banks out of the shotgun. Tries to go outside, but he is quickly taken down hard after a 3-yard gain. Now, once again, Newton to pass. He'll fake the handoff. It'll throw right side. It's caught by Whitaker, and he has a first down. He's been pretty impressive this year, too. I like Tim Whitaker. That sets up a new set of downs, and Newton takes a snap, goes over the middle again, and it's caught by David Morgan. A defender almost jumped that one, but he missed it, and that results in a gain of about 7 yards. 3rd and short now. Simmons checks into the game. He'll roll out to his right. Immediate pressure, gets it off to Richie Battle, and he gets 1 yard. Stop short of the first down marker. Southern Miss holds on. They get the football. 3rd down and 13, trying to avoid going 3 and out. Cole Weeks. There's Chris Briggs, and he is just lighting up this UTSA secondary. Another first down, getting into road runner territory. 2nd and 10 for Weeks. Here comes the blitz, and the forced pass nearly causes an interception. Tristan Wade almost had a pick. 3rd and 10. UTSA trying to hold on for one more play. Weeks with plenty of protection and only a 3-man rush from the runners. He'll dump it off short to Mason, and UTSA's defense works to perfection. And that will force a 52-yard field goal attempt. The kick is away. It's sailing towards the uprights, and good! What a kick by Acosta. Very nice 52-yarder in the rain, and it's a 2-score lead again for the Golden Eagles as we approach the 4th quarter. David Glasgow running off tackle, 7 yards. He had a lot more success last week. But UTSA trying to remain balanced. 2nd and 3. Glasgow again, but he's taken down in the backfield. A lot of penetration by the defensive line, and that'll bring us to the 4th quarter, 20-10. UTSA looking for that comeback. They did some big plays to do so. 3rd down and 5. 7 minutes to go in the game. 1 second on the play clock. Simmons gets a snap off. He'll throw over the middle. It's behind his intended receiver, Cam Jones. Knocked away, and UTSA, they're forced to punt the ball again. 6:49 to go for Southern Miss as they begin this next possession. Weeks fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. 1st down and more in UTSA territory, down to the 40-yard line. And UTSA's open field tackling and general pursuit is just not performing well today. Burnett breaks the tackle, breaks it to the outside. He is getting way more yards than he should right now, and he gets about 12, 13, 14 yards in the gain. And UTSA's defensive coordinator has to be livid after a run like that. 5:53 to go. 3rd down and 2. Weeks, option right side, pitches it back to Tolbert, breaks the tackle, and he gets the 1st down. John Walker should have had him right there behind the 1st down marker, but instead, a new set of downs for Southern Miss. 2nd and 7. Weeks with a screen pass set up. It's caught by Tolbert, and he is tripped up just ahead of the 1st down marker. It'll be 3rd down and 1 coming up. UTSA stacking the box, handoff. Tolbert, he gets the 1st down, just crossed the 1st down marker, and now it's a goal-to-go situation, and Southern Miss can put this game out of hand if they get a touchdown and a 3-score lead. 2nd down and goal. Weeks to throw. Pressure. It's intercepted. He throws the interception in the end zone. Alondre Thorne. He'll take it out across the 20, and Alondre down the sideline, and no one will catch Alondre Thorne. 107 yards. UTSA's defense has dialed up a lot more blitzes in this game, and this one got to Cole Weeks, and they made him pay in the biggest way possible. All of a sudden, it's a 3-point game, 4:44 to go in the game. Cole Weeks to pass again. The pressure gets to him. It's off to Burnett, and Burnett drops a 1st down. That'll force 3rd down and 10. Weeks needs to get to the 36-yard line. Only a 3-man rush this time. Over the middle, and a man gets open. It's Ruffin, as it looked like Jason Holmes just lost track of the receiver because he stood still, just stopped on his route, and I guess it worked. New set of downs. Weeks out of the pocket, being flushed and sacked again. The runners are doing a great job of getting more pressure on the quarterback, and will go ahead to 3rd down and 16. They have to get to the UTSA 37-yard line, it looks like. Weeks to the sideline, and they'll mark him in bounds. What a catch. That was phenomenal. Chris Briggs, another highlight play. Let's take another look, though. He's trying to stay in bounds as much as he can, and I don't think he kept that left foot in bounds. And indeed, the referees review it and overturn it. UTSA's getting the football, and Cam Jones awaits the punt return. From his own 10 across the 20, sprinting to the outside across the 30, cuts back inside and is down at about the 36 or 37-yard line. 1st and 10 for John Simmons. Let's do this. Over the middle. No, intercepted on the 1st play of the drive. UTSA just turns it over. Southern Miss with the takeaway. He wanted to hit David Morgan on the in route, but the safety read it all the way, and he came down and snatched it for the interception. And so, UTSA has got to stop Southern Miss here. If they can hold them to a field goal, it's still a 1-score game. 3.5 minutes to go. Weeks option. Burnett on the outside with running room to the 10, and taken down inside the 5. Mark him down at the 1. It's 1st down and goal. Out of the gun. Weeks takes the snap, rolls to his left, pressure, and sacked. It's Cody Rogers. Nice timing, Cody. And that's the 4th sack on the day on Cole Weeks, and it forces 3rd and goal now from the 10. Weeks to throw. Gotta go to the end zone, and Briggs, another great play out of bounds. This guy, he is making some great plays, but he is just out of bounds on this one. And you can see, if you thought his left foot may have hit down, his knee was down first. The Eagles tack on a field goal. It's 23-17. 2 minutes to go. Danny Moss out of the end zone on the kick return. Across the 22. Fumble. Picked up by Richie Battle. And, oh my, I thought he had a crease there. He gets a few yards on the return, so the runners have it from the 31-yard line. Handoff to Glasgow on 1st down, but the defense swarms him in the backfield. Loss of 2. 2nd down and 12. Newton now in the game. He'll find an open Tim Whitaker, and he will power his way for a tough 11 yards to make it 3rd down and 1. Newton stays in the game. Out of the shotgun. Handoff Anthony Banks. Up the middle. 1st down and more. Breaking to the outside and out of bounds at midfield. Good play by Banks, and with 1:08 to go and 3 timeouts, UTSA has a fair shot at making the comeback. Newton to pass, nowhere to go, and Morgan got open at the last second, but the pressure got to Newton. It's a loss of 6, and Newton will throw again on 2nd and 16. Rolls out, Whitaker again on the catch, but taken down after a gain of 3. It'll force a 3rd down and 13. 35 seconds to go, time running. Newton takes the snap, under pressure, throws last second, it's incomplete. And now, 4th and 13, last chance for UTSA. They got to get to the 40. Newton to throw, and Randy Jones, incomplete. He just dropped it. He was about 2 yards in front of the first down marker. A defender had totally missed on this attempt to bat the ball down, and if Jones catches that ball, he probably gets the first down. What a disappointing end of the game for UTSA. Southern Miss can take a knee and take their victory with a 6-point win over our UTSA Roadrunners. A tough game for our squad. There were some missed opportunities again, just like last week. There were some key turnovers too. Remember that interception by John Simmons with about 3.5 minutes to go. But that gives UTSA actually their first losing streak on the season, a 2-game losing streak now. But these are 2 of the toughest teams that they've played on their entire schedule, so we'll hope that UTSA gets back to their winning ways and can get their 6th win next week when they take on Tulsa. Thank you for watching the game, everyone. We'll see you next week. Alright, we'll go back to the studio now and we will look at the recruiting update for UTSA. Obviously, after a game like this, you want to go ahead and look at the offensive line. There was a lot of pressure again on Evan Newton and John Simmons that forced some mistakes, and it's not allowing UTSA to take enough shots downfield or allow these long routes to really develop at all. So UTSA has had to dink and dunk it all year, and it didn't help this week that Kenny Harrison was out because he could have played in some of these key situations, and Randy Jones, the freshman, in one of his first games in his career, couldn't come through with a big catch. And receiver is a bit of an issue for this team right now because Cam Jones and Brandon Freeman both are graduating this year, so we'll have to see a new look offense next year. Darren Rose is the guy they're trying to recruit right now, the number 51 receiver in this entire class. And I would have to believe that if UTSA gets him, he would have the chance to play here early. And another player is the number 7 center, Willie Kelly, whom they've actually had a lot of success in recruiting against the likes of Kansas State and Texas. It's another situation where it's like you can go to this team and be on the bench, or you can come here and start. And that's why the number 1 outside linebacker, Chris Washington, is so interested in this school. If they can get him and the number 2 middle linebacker, Kyle Jones, watch out. This defense could be highly improved, especially after John Walker and Cody Rogers graduate this year. It's going to get even more inexperienced next year, so they have to be ready to replace some of these guys. But next week, UTSA at 5-3 tries to even up their conference record against Tulsa, and Tulsa's actually 3-0 in conference, but they've had a weak strength of schedule against Eastern Carolina, UTEP, and Rice. So we'll see. Can UTSA get back on track next week? Thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like on the video, your feedback as well in the comment section, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.